This is video number 4 in your Fresh from the Freezer class. Today we are doing a results video where I examine what happened with the dairy products. And I can tell you that I'm not terribly enthusiastic about the results. I haven't tasted anything yet, but I'm not convinced this is going to work. Let's do something fun and easy. Cheese. Okay, so I took it out of the fridge about 2 hours ago. And it is not sticking together. It's nice and crumbly. And it tastes exactly the same. It's exactly the same. Now, I did use an old sharp cheddar, which is already quite dry. And I did grate it, as you saw me do. But I would say that's 100% successful. Well, that's good. Let's go for 100% successful in everything, shall we? This is the egg. It is a defrosted, beaten egg. It looks a little bit lumpy. It smells fine. I will cook it up after I film this, maybe with a little bit of cheese on top. My guess is that this is normal. I would say this is about 75% looking like it's supposed to look, and presumably it will taste fine once it's cooked. I'll say yes. Regular milk, same color, looks good. See how it tastes? It's exactly the same. It tastes exactly the same as the milk before I froze it, except that this one is nice and frosty cold. Okay, so I guess we can say that milk is freezable. So if I was going to freeze milk now, what I would do is buy it in a plastic container, and I would pour off a chunk at the top, maybe 3/4 of a cup, depends how big the container is, of course. And that leaves some headroom at the top so that when it freezes, it can expand, and I would just freeze it in that same plastic milk container. So pour some off, drink it, freeze it. Then you've always got fresh milk. That's really genius. That works. Soy milk. I have to tell you, when I took this one out of the freezer, it was a bit scary because the color was yellowy, translucent. It looked like chicken broth. I'll show you the photo. Anyway, now that it's completely defrosted, it looks normal. I mean, as normal as soy milk can look. And it tastes, oh, I'm afraid, completely normal. Well, I bet you're disappointed. This all works. We haven't had any big disaster yet. I guess I could like stage disaster. Butter, defrosted fine. It's nice and soft. No extra condensation or separation. It looks normal. Am I really going to eat some butter? I guess I am. No. Pretty good, actually. The butter here in France is really great. So the last one is the creme fraiche, or maybe you use sour cream. Oh, it doesn't really look right. It's completely liquidy. Oh, and it's separated. Can you see that? It looks like cottage cheese. Well, ricotta cheese. Maybe this is ricotta cheese. Maybe this is how you make ricotta cheese. Well, that's interesting. So I would say then you wouldn't want to use this frozen, defrosted, for a dip for salsa, for nachos. And you wouldn't want to use it in anywhere that you might serve sour cream or creme fraiche cold and fresh. I think you would use it only if you were going to cook it, because the taste is the same. But the consistency is strange. It's like cottage cheese. It's sort of like baby oatmeal. You know, porridge? Cream of wheat, that's what it looks like. So what I'm going to do though with this is, in our next video, we are going to make the freezer quiche that I talked about. And we're going to cook this. And it's going to taste fabulous, I think. Okay, that's the plan. So in our next video, what we're going to do is we're going to freeze together everything that makes a quiche together in a bag, and then defrost it, make dinner, eat it, and check 100% that this once cooked is completely normal. We know the cheese is good, the milk's good, the butter's good, the egg, we'll test that too in our quiche recipe. We'll see you next time. Are you ready for fresh from the freezer quiche? Coming up next. Bye!